Yo, what's going on, guys? TM's here. Welcome back to another video. I was scrolling Reddit. I do it occasionally, sometimes before bed, just seeing what's going on, what's hot in the streets of Reddit and the tower community. And man, I saw this AI generated picture and I was like, whoa, what is this? What's going on? But this guy has a super, I guess, interesting idea. And honestly, I'd never really thought of this idea, and I've thought a lot about what, like, you know, it's always fun to think about what to do to improve the game, or what can the future updates be, future end game. And this guy, with the help of ChatGPT, I guess, no dig, honestly, it's a good thing, but cool looking graphic, thought of a super cool concept. So shout out right here to Moron Crusader for this. You're watching the video, dude, like, I really like your idea. But yeah, so we can read it, and I want to, you know, share my thoughts with you guys and kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. And yeah, so let's go through it. So, reimagining keys in the vault in v28 plus. A thought after a tower download. There has been a lot of speculation about what's going to happen in v28. Currently we're v27, so the next major update. This actually idea, it still makes keys accessible for champion players, and I think that's a super intriguing idea, because they obviously can't just do it now. They'd have to add something on top. So that's what this guy found right here, or came up with, the diamond tree, he's calling it. So this comes with some crazy upgrades, as you can see, like golden tower duration, hard level increases, mod upgrades, spawn control. I'm not really sure what that means, but like mod boost, card levels, yeah, spawn buffs, anything they want to do, they can do it. Like, let's just add another power spike, right? But let's make the old power spike available to some more players, right? Like, in what I'm saying, the harmony tree. This graphic kind of shows it off. So the current system, it's limited access, right? Harmony is locked. There's a few late game syncs. So the key conversion that he is coming with is 5 silver keys, or 5 to 10 silver keys will turn into a gold key, and then vice versa. Like, the gold keys will turn into the diamond keys, so, which is fine. I don't mind that. It makes sense. So the silver keys, what would it do in this guy's scenario? Harmony tree only for silver keys. So that means champions players will start getting silver keys from tournaments, and they can only invest it into the harmony tree. I like that. Now, obviously, if you're gaining gold keys from legends tournaments, you can still use them in the harmony tree, but it's just, let's gatekeep the power tree for legends, which I'm on board with. That's fine with me. So yeah, now in legends tournament, you'll be getting the gold keys, which is basically the same keys that have already been in the game, right? You can use them on anything. And what this guy's saying, 5 to 10 gold keys will turn into a diamond key. You can convert them and then spend those in the new diamond tree, which will be like even better upgrades. I think this is a good idea. Let's read more about it. I think this is actually a good idea, because it's still keeping the highest tier players, like the ones currently getting keys, they're still at an advantage. They're still going to be getting more. They're still going to be getting rewarded for what they've been doing in the game, right? But what it does do, it actually helps those people who feel like, wow, I've been stuck here for so long, I'm not really progressing, or unless I spend money, or unless I wait another 3 years, not have a chance, you know. So it's gonna help those people that are like right underneath getting keys, or maybe the people getting keys like once a month, or whatever it is, right? It's gonna make them feel better, but at the same time, they're not gonna be progressing as fast as people getting keys. But what's happening right now, anybody who's getting keys versus people who are not getting keys are just spiking up so high, where the people who aren't getting keys, it's even harder for them to start getting keys. Does that make sense? Like, it's kind of like such a big jump, and there's no there's no like levels in between to try to get you to the point of making keys. So that will help in terms of that. From free to play to Dolphins, let's see what he's saying. So easier access to keys, at least some meaningful access and progress in the Harmony tree. Yeah, so like I said, and a lot of things in the Harmony tree, guys, are like freaking quality of life shit anyways. So I think it's a solid idea, right? Another thing for the whales and the dolphins, in this, if they come out with the new diamond tree, there you go. You have even more power spikes, things that are gate kept for the whales, right? So they feel good about spending their money, blah blah blah. Good idea. So he's also saying that you should be getting these silver keys in the final weekly like challenges chest. I like that idea too. Even if it's just like one key or whatever, like just give it to people who can't really perform enough in tournaments, but if they're in Champions League or whatever, they're gonna be getting, or maybe it's a tier thing, so maybe if they're unlocked like tier 16, let's say, they can start getting keys. Gold keys, like he said, it's just the same system as the current keys, which I'm good with too. And then diamond keys would be with the new league. Okay, so he is saying a new league actually too. I didn't even see that, which is fine. If they do a new league, I'm good with that too. That is a good thing. So we're good with that. I'm totally on board with this. Conversion system. So yeah, there would be a conversion system, which is good. Here are some examples, like his examples of what you could obtain in the diamond tree. So golden tower duration, 50 diamond keys per 1 second, or like a bonus. Card level expansion. That is an interesting topic. So imagine you could get like an enhanced, I don't know how that would work with card masteries. I guess what they would have to do is more of like a percentage base maybe. So like it's kind of like not a new level, so not like level 8, but it would be more, here's an enhanced level 7. I don't know how that would work honestly, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. Editor TMs here. I think I was faded when I was doing this video or something, but I think what he meant by level 8 health and damage, for example, is adding extra levels to card mastery labs. So you guys are thinking that while I'm rambling on confused, I think that's what he means, and if it's not, I think that's a good idea. See you back in the video. Rare mechanic tuning. Okay, double boss chance, so that means more, you know, modules, more reroll shards. Elite reward boost, that's a good idea too. Spawn manipulation, I'm not really sure what he means by spawn manipulation. Does that mean more tank? I'm not sure what he means by that. He's more trying to say, let's not make it like necessarily a raw power creep, like just stats, and just more like strategic and variety depth. Good idea also. This guy is thinking, honestly. Why does this work? I've kind of covered it, why I think it works, but let's see what he says. Free-to-play players get visible progress paths. True. They feel like they're not being ripped off and they have no chance, even if it's just a tiny little, you know, like they're kind of dangling the carrot like in front of your nose, like that type of thing, but that's better than nothing. Dolphins have meaningful mid-tier goals. That is also true. Whales would get a long-term sync. Also true. So we're hitting all the people. Free to play, the dolphins, and the whales. Everybody eats. Please stop feeling like gate kept. Like I agree with that. I said that already. The keys are super gate kept for dolphins and whales right now. It is what it is. Unless you're free to play and you've played for a long time, good for you. Like you did it, but you're just not you're in the minority at that point. Everyone has upward mobility, yeah. So let's address the obvious objections. I was honestly thinking this in the back of my head. I didn't say it yet, but it is very complex, this system. I understand that. It's going to confuse people. It's going to be tough to develop. It's going to be tough to balance. There's a lot of things that it's true. But let's see what he's saying. Fair. Yes, it's fair. But the system already has layered progression. Stones, gems, mods, leagues, guild, blah, blah, blah. this organizes progression tiers rather than adding randomness. That is true. So what it's kind of doing, it's not just adding another thing on top, it's actually just adding within an already game system. So that is true. That is true. Good point. This is just more of a whale advantage in quotations. Only if diamond keys are like raw vertical scaling. So that's what he was saying, where he wants to do, instead of like more raw stats, it's more of like what was the word he said, like more strategic and variety depth. Yeah, so it's not just like raw stats. I think that's true. If diamond leans into specialization instead of pure multipliers, it adds diversity rather than widening the gap exponentially. This guy is cooking. Also, silver keys open harmony access wider. That is also true. And a lot of the things on the harmony tree are honestly just features that I think should be in the game. Oh well, a lot of quality of life in that tree. There are power spikes obviously in that tree too, but who's to say that a free-to-play player who's in like champs, high champs, let's say, why can't they get that power spike? I don't see why not. Conversion ratios will break the economy. Valid. The numbers listed are placeholders. Yeah, we don't know how that will be balanced. That's up for the devs. If they go this route, they have to balance it whatever way is possible, but there's always a way to balance things. Dev resources wouldn't justify this. Also fair. This is more of a conceptual direction than demand. If keys are staying long term, hearing them could future-proof the system instead of patching friction repeatedly. Also super true. Right now, the key system, when it's at the top of the game, it is a fair system. You might hate that I said that. I'm more saying when it is the quintessential endgame feature, it is fine. But imagine if this key system is not the actual endgame, and this is now what, like let's say like high champions is or not. No, it's gonna be broken. They're gonna have to change the way it is. So like you said, this is like a future proof, and then they can always just add on from here or just close it at the 3 trees and that's it. But I think it is very true. I like this guy's idea a lot. Closing thoughts. Right now, keys feel like for some an unreachable wall, and for others a capped, boring system. Right now, I feel keys that like I'm so new into the game that I don't even think about keys, right? So I don't really have that underlying opinion on them. I've obviously talked with lots of people about it, heard lots of people talk about keys, so obviously I know that it's a controversial topic for sure. Hearing them can turn the wall into a staircase. I like that. It's good philosophy there. And curious how this lands with different playstyles. Yes, I used AI for graphics. Yeah, no problem with the AI, man. Like it honestly helps show what your thoughts are even more. So let's read some posts and we'll get out of here. I think I've talked about my thoughts on it enough, but let's hear some other people's thoughts. As someone who has started to level up to tier 3 in the power tree, the only time keys were interesting was when I was still doing harmony tree. That and stuff like +1 orb and 1- shockwave cooldown, it would be nice to add more diversity. So like what he's saying is basically the power tree was boring, but there are like certain things such as like the orb and shockwave that did feel cool to get. So I can see that. People agreeing with that. A lot of people saying the power tree is not very interesting. Oh, Zephyr Games. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Zephyr said, shout out Zephyr. This is by far the best solution he's ever seen. Yep. I don't think Zephyr is right about that. So Zephyr says here, unfortunately that would mean people would be less inclined to spend money. So unfortunately I don't think that'll happen. I see where Zephyr's thinking about that, but I honestly don't think that's true, because at least me personally, I am more inclined to pay for something that, how can I word this? I will pay $20 for something, let's say, and let's just use a random example. I'll pay $20 for something that I feel like I can actually get some investment into it, and also this $20 will help me reach my end goal. Let's say my end goal, I would have to spend $1,000. Yeah, let's reframe this whole thing. Let's say the top of the right here, the top. My end goal is $1,000, but I can also work. Like, I can do the dishes. I'm gonna make $5 towards my $1,000 goal. Blah blah blah. Let's think about it in the tower. So, getting to the point where you're getting keys, $1,000, let's say. But you can play the game every day, work minimum wage, like play the game, I'm saying, for minimum wage, and eventually you're gonna get to that $1,000 goal. But let's say I can put in $50, but now my baseline wage is not minimum wage. Now let's say I got a bonus, or I got a pay raise, and now I'm making like $30 an hour towards my $1,000 goal. I'm gonna spend more money into that, because then I know I'm gonna be getting more money even when I'm just not spending money, like I'm playing the game. You guys might think I'm like high. I swear to God, I'm not. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think that was a bad explanation. Basically, me personally, I will spend money on something that I feel like is fair at the end of the day. So if I feel like the game is actually giving me a fair chance as a free-to-play player, but if I spend money, I'm gonna obviously skyrocket me and like help me more than the free-to-play player, I'm gonna spend money. If I feel like the game is I have no chance free-to-play and I have to spend $1,000 even to just get like a noticeable difference, I'm not gonna spend money on the game. So, and I think a lot of people probably fall into that category. Like me. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments how you feel about that. I think that's fair, and probably actually the average person thinks that way. So I think if they can like trickle you in to kind of like bait you into spending money, because like, you know, you get a sample of what it tastes like, and then you're like, okay, I want to eat more of those keys. Like, those keys taste good, I need to spend money so I can get more of those keys, instead of like, wow, that key that's locked behind this gold-plated throne in the king's room or whatever, like, wow, it'd be nice to get some of those, but I have to pretty much sell my soul to get even a taste of it. I'm not gonna sell my soul. I'll go to the next game, right? So you need to kind of incentivize players and give them like a taste of like what it's gonna be like if they spend money on your game. So yeah, it's like he said, most games trickle currency for that reason. I wholeheartedly agree. Like, oh, that's Zeradin, another YouTuber. So yeah, no, like Zephyr, I'm not trying to like disagree with what Zephyr's saying. I rambling on about that, but yeah. Anyways, super cool idea, guys. Who the hell knows what's gonna happen in v28? But yeah, let me know, guys, what you guys think about this idea, I guess. And then also, if you guys have any v28 ideas yourself, leave them down in the comments for sure. Super intrigued to hear like any thoughts. I love just talking about things like this, even though it has no, like, it's not gonna do anything us talking about it, but I do love talking about it. It is fun. So yeah, that's the video, guys. I think it came out a little bit longer than I expected, but that's usually what happens with my videos, and I hope you guys enjoy longer form videos of me just rambling on. With that being said, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're almost at 500, guys, which is crazy to say. Didn't really expect it to be that quick, but that goes to show that, you know, you guys are enjoying my content, and I'm super appreciative about that. So I'm going to continue to try to make some content for you guys, and let's end this video here.